Since we have some dire foreign policy issues percolating around the world right now, who are you consulting with consistently so that you're ready on day one?
I'm speaking with myself, number one, because I have a very good brain and I've said a lot of things.
The warnings are coming fast and furious about the possible next president of the United States. A noted geopolitical analysis firm says a Donald Trump presidency is a, quote, top 10 risk event, unquote, that could lead to political chaos in America, put Americans more in danger around the world, and disrupt the world economy. But it's good to know that foreign policy shouldn't be a concern, as the candidate has an excellent starting point from the advisory side of things, and of course, as he said, a good brain. We begin there and let loose the hounds, or in this case, the vaunted and always dangerous political animal. Beginning with the veteran Democratic analyst and CEO of Bannon Communications, Brad Bannon, joined by the veteran Republican strategist, the man who fears all, fears none, fears no one, Ford O'Connell. I get that all in there and everything's happy. All right, gentlemen, welcome in. Ford, let's get to you. Donald Trump makes the comment. Everybody is talking about it right now, that he has a good brain. He's only talking to himself. However, sources are telling Newsmax that Rudy Giuliani is unofficially tapped to build a kitchen cabinet of experts and advisors. So let's play this down the middle. All right, so he's got a little braggadocio in here right now, and he's a little full of himself. How many candidates actually have a foreign policy team ready right now in the first place?
Zero. That's exactly what's going on. They have more advisors than maybe Donald Trump does. But you got to understand something about Donald Trump. He is far more electable than most people realize, and he's got the Democrats scared right now, and that's why you got Harry Reid taking hacks at him, because Hillary just may not be able to stand up to him.
All right, wait a minute now. You went ahead, you threw down the gauntlet. We got to bring Brad into this one here, because, Brad, that's fair to say. There are people out there and other reports who say, by the way, very nice St. Patty's Day sweater. There are people out there who say, quite frankly, the Democrats are scared of Donald Trump, and right now they are frightened and they are in somewhat of a panic. What's your take?
I think that's absolutely untrue. Democrats, I've seen 3 national polls in the last 2 days that showed Donald Trump losing by double digits to Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders. You know, I'm reminded of that slogan, when your enemy's lined up in a circular firing squad, stay out of the way.
Well, let's go ahead and talk about it then, Ford, because, look, Brad makes the point, and when you look at a lot of the polls sitting out there, we've had this discussion before. There are numerous polls, it's almost 9 out of 10 that say that Donald Trump is completely unelectable. He couldn't win if he tried against any one of the Democratic opponents. So how do we keep bouncing this back and forth?
Here's the deal. Where was his poll numbers in July of this summer in the Republican presidential primary? He was 25 points down then, too. Look, you got to understand something. In the general election, 40 states are pretty much decided. We're talking about a handful of states, most notably Florida, Ohio, and Virginia. And frankly, something else about Donald Trump. He's got the media IQ of Einstein in the sense that he has gotten $2 billion worth of earned media coverage over this time when John McCain was actually the nominee.
Exit polls.
No, hey, Brad, wait, hold on. The point, let me make the point.
Give him 15 seconds, Brad.
100% name ID and basically has the media IQ of Einstein. So trust me, Hillary Clinton's worried.
All right, go ahead, Brad.
39% of the Republicans who voted on Tuesday said they might bail out if Donald Trump is the GOP nominee. 39%.
And you have to admit that there are a lot of people out there who say that they'll vote for Donald Trump just to make sure that he gets the Republican nomination. Democrats are doing this so that they can ensure themselves a win. I mean, this is gamesmanship at its worst or best here, Ford.
No, it absolutely is. And let me say this. If Donald Trump actually secures the 1237, those numbers are going to go down. And if he shows he can beat Hillary Clinton, everyone likes a winner. And trust me, this is going to be a very tight race.
Now, you said something
else that has...
Wait a minute. I got to stop you. We got short time here. You said 1237 votes. Donald Trump says he wins with a plurality. If he gets a plurality, he wins it. Wait a minute, Ford. That's a crock. You got to hit 1237. You don't just get a plurality.
I just said
Paul Ryan. Well, I know, but that's the point. But Donald Trump comes out and says, "Oh, I can do it with a plurality." No, you can't. And now Paul Ryan's coming out today saying that contested convention is looking more and more likely every single second.
Okay. You make a great point. It's a contested convention's a 50-50 proposition, but understand 7 of the next 8 contests minus the state of Utah, guess what? He may roll those up. He only needs 54% of delegates. This could be done.
I disagree with Ford on this. I think once Donald Trump secures the nomination, and I think he probably will, his numbers will drop like a rock because he's scary to the independents who make the difference in a presidential election.
Is it not also scary when you hear Donald Trump use the word riots, the implication if he doesn't get the nomination, Brad, because now we've got groups lining up and saying, if you're thinking that, we're going to bring the violence here. Now, Brad, I go to you first. I've only got a minute left, but isn't it fair to say if you're going to become president, you got to take responsibility for the things you say, and this is the wrong thing to say? End of story.
Well, of course it is. This is just one more example of Donald Trump inciting riots. Let's have a riot. Let's beat those people up. That's not the kind of president the Americans want. They want a president who can bring people together, not drive them apart with riots and chaos.
So then, Ford, shouldn't Donald Trump just come out and say, look, this is not this hard, and I'm going to get hammered. I got all the people lining up, and he goes, Berliner, you're a liberal when you say this. No, I'm not. I'm a guy who wants a president who doesn't incite riots all the time. Isn't that fair to ask for?
Definitely not the right thing for Donald to say. Understand he's a unique political animal, and guess what? When it comes to betting, I'll bet on the candidate whose people actually fight for him. So in that case, Donald Trump's got the enthusiasm on his side.
All right, real quick. I got to ask you this, Ford, 20 seconds. Do you think Fox News basically takes a big dive? Their super PAC for Rubio failed miserably here, and they come out looking real bad.
No, not at all. They're killing CNN. They're killing MSNBC. They're still number one, and they'll be number one with Trump.
All right. What do you think, Brad?
I think Fox and Trump hate each other, and I think it's good television when you have two people like Rupert Murdoch and Donald Trump going at each other every day.
It's all about good television, gentlemen. Ford O'Connell, Brad Bannon, thanks so much for joining us, gentlemen. We'll do it again. We will continue to bring good television here and cut it down the line and ask for answers from both sides. Stay with us. The Hard Line continues.